So I'm doing a shop my stash today, and what I found is this week I've ended up pulling in so many things. I've got half my makeup collection on my desk instead of in my drawers, because I also ended up bringing my palettes over from my drawers because I kept wanting to pull different things in for different reasons. So last time I shot my stash I was using my Chi Chi Diva palette. This one here, and I've done a video on some looks that I created with this that I'm going to upload very soon. And I really enjoyed that for a couple of weeks, but then I got tired of that and I brought a new palette, which was my Revlon, not Revlon, sorry, Makeup Revolution Soph X Ultra 24 Professional Eyeshadows, which, so in my project pan this time I pulled a couple more things in from the last update. So I've got my Face Profusion palette, which I already had, but I'm nearly finished a lot of that now, and I'll be continuing to use my eye primer, which is nearly finished as well, and I'll be continuing to use this concealer, which I'm down to here, so I've still got quite a lot of that to go. And I'm going to swap out my pink blush for this NATO Peach Glow blusher here. So I'm not thinking I'm going to finish this, but I've already got a tiny bit of pan here, so I will be expanding the pan on there and using that over the next few months, 2 or 3. I'm going to pull in the lipstick, which I talked about. So this is the Maybelline Colour Sensational lipstick in Juicy Pink, and I'm going to put in a eyeliner to go, lip liner, sorry. This is the Rimmel one, and there's only this much left in any case, so I'm going to pull that in to use with that lipstick because they go together well. I'm going to pull in my L'Oreal Lumi Pure Light Primer, and I'm not sure how much is in there. It feels reasonably heavy. You can't actually see how much is in there, but I think there's quite a lot in there, and I bought this last year, so it's starting to get a bit old and I'd like to use that up. And I also said I was going to pull in this Rimmel Stay Matte powder, not to hit pan or anything. I haven't used very much, this is pretty new, but I wasn't sure whether I liked it or not, so I'm going to pull that in so I can use it and figure out how I can use it so I like it, or whether I just want to declutter it. And another new thing that I've pulled in is the Wet n Wild bronzer in Ticket to Brazil. So this is a fairly new product to me as well, which I can't open. So it's still got, if you can see, it's still got the pattern and things on it and Wet n Wild written on it, because I haven't used it very much. I've only had it for a couple of weeks, but I really like it, and it's quite a light bronzer with a little bit of a sheen on it, so I think it'll look really nice for spring and summer. So I'm going to bring that in for the next few months. So I'm going to keep those things in my shop my stash. Something else that I could pull into my project pan, actually. I don't use most of this palette, but I have very few, actually only got 2 sculpting powders that are any good for contouring. So I think I might put this into my project pan and get some more use out of it, because I haven't been doing any contouring for a while. So I'll put that in, obviously. And then I'm going to bring in a few other things. Some of the things I'm taking out is the Essence Brighten Up powder, peach powder. I had this in my Shop My Stash last time and I used it once, and this time I don't think I used it at all because I've been using my Wet n Wild bronzer instead, and I don't need to have Brighten Up and that bronzer as well. So I'm going to put that back. I'm going to change out some of my lipsticks. Some of them I'm going to keep the same. So this one in Soft Toffee I'm going to put back. this next one in Lolly, so I'm going to put back. I ended up not actually using this one. I think I experimented with it once. Actually, it's got some brown lipstick on it where I was experimenting with an ombre lip, which wasn't working. So just clean that off with tissue. And I'm going to put that one back. I got the Daringly Nude Matte Maybelline lipstick, which I did use a few times. I'm going to put that one back. And I got this gloss out, which I don't think I used either, so I'm going to put that back. And some lipsticks that I brought new was the Molten Bronze. It's a Maybelline one, so it's a dark brown because I was trying to experiment with an ombre lip. It's almost a purple brown. And I also got new the Wet n Wild lip liner to go with my dark brown. This one's in Brandywine. And got the NYX Strictly Vinyl one, which I got because I saw Angelica testing these out, and it's a shiny chocolate colour, which I don't know why, but suddenly I wanted dark brown lipsticks. So I got those 3 new things, so I wanted to try those out, and I wanted to use it with my gold lipstick, which I shot my stash for last time, so I'm going to keep my Chi Midas Touch gold lipstick in as well. And so I'm going to take these 4 out, and I'm going to put in my Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in Dreamer. So I'm going to put this one in. It's a pink one, and this one dries down. And I'm going to put a lighter brown. So this one is a Stay Matte as well, and it's a Rimmel one in Be My Baby. And I'm going to put in this Elizabeth Arden one, which I always forget how to open, and it's a nice orange colour. And that is in the colour, I'll take my glasses off to read that because it's tiny, Peach Bliss. So that's that one there. I'm going to put that one in. And I'll also have this lipstick. So there's quite a few lipstick options, but I also wanted to put a really pale pink in. And the reason why I want to put all those different colour lipsticks in is because I want to put my Diva Chi Chi palette back and bring out my new palette, which I've just brought, which is the Revolution Soph X palette. This is the Ultra one, and it's got all these different colours in it. So I think these lipsticks will go well with this. So there's going to be a lot of different looks that I can get with this palette because there are so many different colours in it. So I just wanted to have a play with this because it's new and I've only done a couple of looks with it, so I wanted to have a play with this, so that I'm going to have that palette in. And to help me with that palette, I'm not sure what looks I'm going to do, so I'm going to use my different liquid eyeshadows. So this one is a Metal One in Rose Quartz, and I think this is Australis brand. And this one is an Australis brand as well, and this one is an emerald. So this one is a green kind of colour. Hang on, I'll wipe the lipstick off my hand so that I can show you. So this one's a greeny blue. And this one is in Rose Quartz. So this one's got a sort of a gold reflex, which I think will go really nicely with Pine Tree in this palette, because Pine Tree is a green with a gold reflex, so I think that'll go quite quite nicely with that, and I think it'll also go quite nicely with this colour as well. Because that one's a duochrome brown with a blue shift, so I think that'll work well with both of those. So I'm going to pull in quite a few different things for eyes this time. So I'm going to bring in my Designer Brands liners. So I've got a silver one and a gold one. I've got a couple of metal shocks. So I've got the grey one, which is called Galaxy Rocks, and the pink one, which is Stars and Stories. And I've got my Shimmer Down silver pigment, which I'm not sure, actually, I won't put that in, but I will put this one in, which is the NYX Metallic Glitter in some colour. It's called Lumi Light. So this one, though it looks, when you open it up, it looks like it's got lots of greens and blues in it. When you stick it on your eyes, it just comes up pretty orange and gold. So I think that'll go quite well with that. So I'm going to pull those in. I'm not going to put the silver in because there's no kind of silver colours in this palette. And I need a brown lip liner and a normal nude lip liner. Can't think today. To go with my lipsticks. I haven't got. I need an orange. I'm not sure. I'll leave the orange in there just in case. I'm going to leave my TT Lip Lights in Free Spirit in because I think I'll be able to use that. And I'm going to leave my Lip Art in, what's it called, Blush Gold by Rimmel in, because I might be able to use that. And I'm also going to put in my Milani Hypnotic Lights lip in Luminous Light, so lip topper. So those three are lip toppers. So I'm going to have quite a few different lipsticks and quite a few different eye products because this has got so many different colours in it, and I just want to have the stuff here where I can use it. And eyeliners. So what's been happening is that I think of a look I want to do the night before, and I end up digging around looking for all my lip liners and things. So my lip liners I keep in my room here, in this little thing here, and I had pulled some out and put them in my organiser over there, and it just ended up getting quite messy, and I kept wanting to use the stuff that I didn't have with me. So I think what I'm going to do, I don't have any eyeliners in my project pan, so I think I'll just put them all together so that I can find what I'm looking for. Would be easier for me. So in this little thing I can colour coordinate, so I can have all the greens together and all the purples together and all the blues together, and it just makes it easier to find what I'm looking for. There's another gold one. I can go on that one. So I'm just going to put them all out at this stage. There's another blue one because I don't know what I'm going to need this time round because of the SoFX palette. It's got so many different colours in it. So I'm just going to pull out all my eyeliners and stick them in there. So that's all the eyeliners that I own. And I'm shopping my stash for all of them. Probably won't be using the blue ones, but you never know. So I'm going to keep all those in there. And the other things in my Pan That palette that I forgot to mention were my mascaras, so I'm going to leave those in. Things that are just going to stay in permanently for Shop My Stash are my brow products because those are the only two I own. I'm going to keep my Ultimate Brow Highlighter from Wet n Wild, because I use that in my waterline and things sometimes, and that's, I might just put that in with my eyeliners along with my flesh coloured one from Maybelline. And I keep my 2 liquid black eyeliners here permanently as well. So, what else? So it looks like I've got half my makeup collection here already. So there's a couple of things I want to do this time round, and one of them is I got this Revolution Focus and Fix Eye Primer, and I tested it against this e.l.f. one, and this one was doing some funny things, and I need to test it a bit more. So I want to use this one a little bit more, but I also want to test out my NYX one. This one isn't pigmented, it's just a clear one. So I want to test out which one works best, or if I like just using a concealer better than an eye primer. So I want to test it out. So I'm going to be doing that this Shop My Stash. So I'll be fiddling around with different ones to find out which one is going to work best for me. So I know what to buy when I run out. So when I run out of this one, I'll know whether I like this better than any of the others or not, and whether I want to repurchase. And the other thing I want to test out is I've been using my Maybelline Stay Matte 24 Hour Foundation, and I'm having trouble finding a primer that works well with this on my skin, because it wears out around my nose and on my chin really quickly. And so far the Maybelline Superstay primer has been working the best, or my e.l.f. hydrating primer, but it still wears off. But when I use the e.l.f. poreless primer, it doesn't go on very well. So I wanted to test out my Rimmel Stay Matte to see if that will work with it, and I want to test out my NYX Pore Filler to see if that'll work with it. So I want to see if I can find something that will help keep it on a bit longer around my nose and my chin, because it works really well on the rest of my face. It just wears off really fast in those areas. So I'm going to have a little experiment with that, and I'm going to keep, just see if, no, I'll just tip you up a bit so you can see. I'm going to keep these in because these are highlighting palettes and blush palettes, because I don't know what colours I'm going to need this time. So it's a bit of a messy Shop My Stash this time. I don't need this one in, so I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to take this one out, which is another face palette, because I don't need that one in at the moment either. And I'm going to take this out, the e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer. I'm not sure if I like this or not, but because I'm going to use the L'Oreal one up, I'll use that up, and then I'll bring this one back in and see if I do like it or not. When I used this foundation with it, they didn't really like each other, but I find this Maybelline Superstay foundation doesn't like a lot of primers. So just going to experiment with that. And I'm also going to be testing out a couple of new Revolution setting sprays. So it's going to be a bit of a funny one this time. I'm going to be testing some stuff out and doing my Project Pan stuff, and really wanting to play with this palette. I'm not going to solely use this palette if it doesn't have the colours for the looks I want, but I'm going to try and use this palette a lot, as well as using my Face Profusion palette. And I'm also going to pull in my Healthy Glow L'Oreal Glam Beige, because we're getting into spring now, and I just want to try this out again. I wasn't sure whether I liked it last year. I bought it right at the end of summer though, so I'm going to try this out and see what I think of this. So here's my Shop My Stash stuff for this next couple of weeks. So I've got my blush in there. I've also got a Maybelline Dream Matte blush in here as well. That will go nicely with that one there. And my concealers and eye primers and my e.l.f. setting powder. My various lipsticks I want to try. And my foundations and my primers that I want to try out to see what works with what. And my playtime with my palette, with my Sofx palette. And just a few of the other palettes that I use on a regular basis. And then over here is just my setting sprays and things that I use all the time. Just extra stuff. And I've got my other palettes over here, which I may or may not go into, but I got sick of having to walk to my bedroom every day to go and get them. So I've put them in here just so I can work through them. And I've washed all my brushes, so this is all I had left that was clean. So I'll put all my brushes back now because they should be dry by now. They're outside drying. So there's my Shop My Stash stuff. I'm going to be going through quite a lot of stuff this time, I think, and having to play because I'm still experimenting with how to do Shop My Stash and pen and Project Pan stuff. Because there's so many colours in the Sofx palette, I feel like that I'm going to want to experiment, and I'll be pulling all this stuff out anyway, so I may as well get it out now. So thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time.